Aloha kako, everyone. Ka'ohu'o ka'ala sito again, aka KO, depending on what region you're living in. Monetary Manao of the day. Welcome back. Episode 3. Not really anything big. I just wanted to reflect upon the upcoming holiday coming up, Thanksgiving, holidays, period. Just got off of work, headed back into town from the Kailua area. Just got off of H3. I am going to replenish my claw machine. I'm always hustling, people. I'm always hustling. You noticed already. If you don't know me by now, welcome. Ka'ohu'o ka'alasito, aka KO. Also Kanakapreneur on YouTube. That's my tag. Look me up. I'm making more videos about just trying to be who I know, and that's me. I'm a male in the 40s. I've been divorced. I'm remarried in a mixed family, blended family, right? Living in Hawaii. We own a property here, so it's all about, I don't want to say surviving. I want to say thriving. Thriving in Hawaii, right? A lot of people, that's like the hot topic nowadays. Like, everything is so expensive, and Hawaii definitely is one of the most expensive states in the nation. I'm pretty sure in the nation of America. So my thing is, why the heck are we not talking about finances? I'm all about wanting to talk about finances, right? And I do have a job, like on many of us. I don't have a second job. I have side businesses. That's what I do. I don't work a second job. I work side businesses. And businesses to me are different than like 9-to-5 jobs. So if you have more than one job, that's the things that in my mind, people don't want to go to. But they have to because they need a paycheck. A business for yourself is something you want to work on. Something that it's going to be hard. It's not going to be set like a 9-to-5 job, right? You gotta hustle. Like, if you don't put any work into your business, it's going to fail. And they say, like 60 to 70% of business fail in the first 6 months. So I can understand that, because we're all trying to juggle our regular life with our business, and we can't just, for those that can really cut the ball and chain from their 9-to-5 and go full on into their business. That's awesome, man. Damn, you got props for me, man, because that's bold. And you know what? They say fortune favors the bold, so right on. But not me. I'm using my 9-to-5 or 12-to-12 for me to fund my businesses, right? And in episode 2, I talked about investing as the fourth layer in the financial foundation. And I just want to touch a little bit about that, about investing. Like I said, investing doesn't have to be, it's whatever you want it to be, crypto, real estate, whatever. But to me, another big part of investing is investing in yourself, right? Investing in your education by going on YouTube, by reading books, picking the brains of people that are in realms that you want to be at. And me, I want to own businesses. I want to not only own businesses just to own businesses, but I want to know the things that come with those businesses, like being a leader in your business, establishing it, how to set up an LLC, keeping your books, like bookkeeping and all that, taxes, all the unforeseen stuff, not just having a business to say you're a business owner and then making money. You know what I mean? Like I'm already come to the realization that I'm not going to make any money on my businesses, at least for the first year, because I want to reinvest it back into my business, right? So having a business is an investment. You have to put money in to make money. But along my lines, like, one of my businesses is a financial advisor, not a financial advisor, I'm sorry, it's not that. That's not the right vocabulary. It's a financial educator. I'm a life and health agent, licensed here in Hawaii, also Michigan and Washington, and I help people realize that there is such a thing as a budget, that they can save money, that they can make money by not having to work extra, because now we're working on their budget, right? If you had no debt, then that means you get to keep all of your paycheck. Well, a majority of your net, right? Because the government's going to take their taxes. You can't get around that. You got to pay Social Security, all that stuff. Can't get around that. But the net, meaning like whatever's left over after all that stuff's taken out, you get to keep all that, because you don't have debts. I mean, when you constantly have debts to pay off, that's why your paycheck gets smaller and smaller every time it's payday. And you wonder where it went, because you're not paying attention to where every single dollar goes, right? That's important to do. So now investing, right? I find that I have to put money into making a business. But that's what it's all about. It's about not just making money. My financial business taught me that it's all about adding value. If you can add value to someone's life, if you can help them somehow, if you can, like show them that you care, those are the things that's going to stand out, and those are the things that's going to create sales. You know what I mean? Like, they could give a rat's ass of what you sell. They could give a rat's ass about your product. But as long as you know you can, but if you can relate to them, show them you can add value and make their lives better. Maybe even fix a problem that they may have. That's when they're gonna be able to at least want to listen to what you have to say, and then show it, right? Because everybody nowadays wants to sell everybody something, and if you don't know who this person is and you can't relate to them, then they're not gonna listen to you. They're not gonna want to give you the time of day. And I want to help people. I want to add value to people's lives. Helping each other. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm going to my second business right now, which is my claw machines. If you don't know, I have like 4 mini claw machines out, and I've been having this bug lately to want to purchase a business because you look at people like Shaq, for example. That guy owns a lot of businesses. Like, I'm very impressed by that guy, because there's been other basketball players that were just as highly paid as him, but they're bankrupt. They have no money to show for it, right? And being an athlete, your worth has a deadline to it. You're not going to be able to be a star athlete forever. So he actually did right with his money and invested it in himself. And he owns like double digits amount of like Papa John's, a lot of franchises, like car washes, laundromats, those kind of things that are like, you pay now, you malama it, you take care of it, right? And it's gonna grow. Like they always say, plant the seed. When you plant the seed, then you'll be able to grow your crops, and then you're gonna be able to benefit it from it in the future. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing that with my financial business. I'm doing that with my claw machines. So back to the story of wanting to buy a business, kind of like how he did, you need a lot of capital to do that. I don't have that. I do have some, maybe some money on the side, but I realized that somebody told me, why don't you grow what you have now? So what if it came from a side gig to a full-time gig? And I thought, oh yeah, it's a great idea. I got my claw machine business. I was kind of like, got it started. I mainly did it for my daughter, so not taking it fully seriously. But now recently I made the decision, especially coming into a new year, right? Everybody's gonna start having resolutions or whatever, which I don't believe in. Resolutions is just like something that's gonna you're gonna show off to people like, oh yeah, I'm gonna change something, but then you don't follow through. So I mean, if it's a resolution, quote unquote, that should be every day. Every day. I'm not just gonna say because 2025 is coming up, oh, I'm going to build it because of 2025. No, I'm going to build it because I want to build it. That should be an everyday thing. If you want to get healthy, that should be an everyday thing, not just only for one day or for because there's a new year coming up, right? That's just high probability of failure. And it shows everybody doesn't follow through with their resolutions. So never mind resolutions. Just daily struggle, daily work. Put that grind in, Put that grind in. Not struggle, hustle, I meant. Daily hustle. So I'm investing more of whatever I get out of my businesses back into itself, and not even think about making profits at least for a year. That also involves goals. Like, how long do you feel like you need to scale up your business before you finally scaled it up enough, and then you can start taking profits from your business for yourself to pay yourself? Like, if you don't have a goal, then you're just going to keep going and going, and you'll never stop, and then you're just putting a lot of work and money into something that doesn't pay you back dividends, because we all want to get paid. Like, that's the reason why we go to work. That's the reason why we start businesses, is there's a portion to that we do want to get paid. But again, the number one should be to add value and to help people, right? That's the biggest thing. They say that what you're paid is directly relatable to how much people you are helping. And that's something that needs to be remembered and ingrained into your brain. I'm ingraining into my brain, Everything I tell you guys, I want I'm practically speaking to myself. I'm looking at the camera right now, but I'm looking at myself, right? So I could be easy saying this to myself, but I know that there's at least a handful of guys out there that are just like me. You know, you're my people I want to talk to, is like gents, Kane, whoever, just like me, because I know me the best, better than anybody else. So if you're just like me, which is guarantee at least 10 of you out there, 20 of you, 100, who for all we know, this is YouTube worldwide, right? Then hopefully you can get some value out of this. Hopefully you can get some encouragement out of this to know that you can do it too. You know, like my background isn't anything big. Where I'm at right now, I pretty much did it on my own. 90% of it was on my own. I would say 96% of it was on my own. You know, I put myself through college to get certified as a paramedic and an EMT. I put myself through getting hired by city and county. I put myself through teaching, learning, all this stuff. It's all me. And I mean, it's just much more easier to do it that way, so that way nobody can tell you what to do, and you can do what you feel is right. But I think another reason why people don't want to do it is because now it's all about what if you fail, right? Who is there to blame if it doesn't fail? You know, a lot of people don't take the time to hold themselves accountable for stuff when it doesn't go right? So that's the thing about doing things on your own. It's much more easier, but then again, it's only you that's going to take the blame, but also take all of the credit and the fame, right? If there is any, the good jobs, the accomplishments, all that kind of stuff, the awards, the rewards, all that stuff, you get to claim all of that. Not saying that's the only reason why. Again, we're helping people, right? But the hardships that come with it too is what people don't want to do, because it's all on them, you know. And people will take it hard, and they'll think that they're a failure and stuff, but that's not the case. Mental strength is important, you know. Like there's always just always think there's always two sides to everything. Yes, you can fail, but what happens if you don't fail? What happens if you win, right? Focus on winning. Don't focus on failure. Focus on positive. Don't focus on negative. Focus on your dreams and goals, you know. Like if you keep on focusing on failure, you don't have a list of goals. And if you have a list of goals, you don't write it down because you don't see it every day. Put it in your phone. Put it in a journal next to your nightstand and see it and read it every night. Put it on a bulletin board on the ceiling of your bed. When you wake up, you see it. Put it on your mirror in your bathroom, so when you go to the bathroom every time, you see it. You know, put it on whatever your toilet is facing, the wall that's in front of the toilet, so you see it every day. You know, remind yourself every day that you have a goal and you're gonna make it happen no matter what. You know, Les Brown says, "I ain't gonna stop until I win." That's what it's all about. We all want to be winners, right? Just put more courage in yourself. You can do it. You can totally do it. I believe in you. It's super, I mean, it's not easy, but like the only way you're going to know is if you take the first step. You know, analysis paralysis, we all know what that is. It's just analysis paralysis. You just think that you're only going to take the first step once everything is set in place. Once you know all of the ins and outs of it, once you take as much notes as you can, once you get all the books, once you get all the YouTube videos down. No. You go look it up on YouTube. Every single successful person will say that's wrong. You need to take action. Action is even more important than any knowledge out there, because what better way to learn about something than to do it, right? You're going to fail. That's part of it. And again, in episode 1, I said, every single person that's successful in life had failed. Had. Any name that you know that's successful, like in history, right? With inventions, with Nobel Peace Prize, with whatever's. Anything, any book you read, anything that you gain knowledge off of, right? Failed. Very, very rare anybody hit it out the ballpark and became famous with the first crack. No ways. They had to fail, because you have to figure out how to do it better the next time. Failure is great. Failure is great, people, because that gives you notes on how to do it better the next time, right? The only time you fail is if you quit. That's the only time you fail. But if you keep on going, no matter how many times you fail, you're getting better and you're getting better. So you're not even, there's no downside to it, you know? Yeah. So I'm at 7-Eleven. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a gift card so I can put it into the mega prize area of my claw machine. Bruh, it's like. So I'm reading this. A little side note before I go. I'm reading this book called Psychology of Money, and it's a really good book. A friend of mine's asked like, well, so what did you get out of it? And I'm thinking like, the psychology of money is good to know because everybody has a pattern, especially when it comes to money. There's people that spend it, and there's people that save it, and there's people that invest it and make money grow for them. And they do all of the above or none of the above. You know what I mean? Like, but for me, I want to help people. Like I said, that's the number one, is to help people. So knowing how people's patterns are with money on a basic level, I'm not saying I'm expert or anything, right? Then I know how to help people when they're presenting with certain issues. Like, oh, I don't have any money. Okay, just like being a paramedic, we need to ask questions to try to diagnose things, right? So when you say you don't have money, that's a very broad thing. Then questions start coming up like, are you on a budget? What's your expenses like? How much is each expense that you have? What is your income? How much money do you have at the end of the month? What are some unforeseen things that you don't know about? Maybe you have 3 credit cards. Maybe you have like 3 gym memberships and you forgot about them. You know what I mean? Maybe you started a membership years ago and you forgot about it and it's taking money out of your account every month. These are some questions we ask, right? So that's part of the psychology of money. But also, if I always want to help people with their budgeting. But if they don't want to, which a lot of people, right? That's why it's hard, because a lot of people are not properly educated, but they don't know that, right? So they'll come back with things like, "Oh, I'm good. My finances are good. I make a lot of money. Like I make this annually, right?" I suggest you go on to Caleb Hammer. I'm not affiliated with him, but Caleb, Caleb Hammer on YouTube. He does financial audits. Man, in Austin, you should see all these people. They say the same thing, like, "Oh, I make a lot of money," or this and that. I don't spend that much. Like, there's no way I do that. And you cannot lie with finances, with financial statements. When they print out the financial statements for him, oh, he calls them out on it, because you cannot lie. You cannot lie with your financial statements, your credit card statements, your bank statements, your loans, all that stuff, right? You cannot lie. That's the stuff that really exposes you. But people, it's easier for them to just hide behind the facade of, "Oh, I'm good," right? But anyways, back to the stuff is, when you can tell where people need help, then that's where we talk. That's where we go over stuff. That's where we write things down. We have them see exactly where your numbers are, what your numbers are, right? Because you cannot hide it. But that's a good thing. That's like saying you want to lose weight. The first step you got to do is step on a scale, right? And that's hard. That's like stuff we don't want to see. But we fool ourselves prior to stepping on that scale and thinking like, "Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good." But we have to step on a scale. We have to start writing things down and looking where we can start and then get better, right? But again, the psychology of money, if people still don't want help, they're going to still continue to spend. So therefore, the other spectrum of it is where business comes in. If people are going to always spend money, then why not place yourself in that path of them spending money and get a piece of the pie? That's what psychology of money thing. Like, I can't stop you spending your money. It's your right. But if I just so happen to have a business that really piques your interest or provides something that you need, why not spend money on me? Because if I don't do it, there's other people out there that will provide it for you, and you're going to spend on them. The difference is I'm local, I'm Hawaiian. I am down to keep the money in my community, and that's just me. I'm not going to say what other people are going to do with their money. That's their equivalent, that's their right. But for me, that's what I'm all about, So the psychology of money, man, it's very interesting. And like I said, I'm just perplexed on how much people don't want to talk about it more, because it affects everybody. It affects everyone. It affects your children. You might think it doesn't, but they see how you or us as adults get things. Like when we go to the store, when we go to 7-Eleven, when we go to anywhere, we see them, they see us giving the store workers something in order to get what we want, right? They see there's an exchange there. They see it. They see our cards given to them, they see bills given to them, they see change given to them, and then they get what they want. They're children. They're smart. They can pick this up. It's only just a matter of time before they can put two and two together of that plastic thing is a credit card, or that paper is money, or there's value in this stuff that we're giving to this store, and they're giving us what we want. So without the proper education, they're just going to end up like a lot of the adults in this world, which is 80% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. How many clients I have, they're all like, oh my gosh, they all say the same thing. I wish I learned this in school, right? Have you heard that before? Comment down below if you've heard that before. Or what other things have you heard, or, that might be issues of why people keep spending, or do you have an issue? I don't know, like, comment down below. I want to hear you guys feedback and whatnot about all this stuff I'm talking about, right? I do highly urge people to read that book, Psychology of Money. It's very important. Knowledge is power, people. Knowledge is power. The more we can educate ourselves, the more we can learn how to better our financial standings, which will allow us more freedom, right? More money is not more problems. More money is more freedom. More money is more problems when you don't know how to use it. Mike Tyson, for example, like he was recently in the limelight, right, with that Jake Paul fight. I mean, I could see why that guy did it. That guy was a millionaire, and then he went bankrupt, right? And then recently I put a video up where like this is years ago, but he was being interviewed and they showed all of his belts, and he's like, this is trash. This is all trash. You know what I mean? Like, I cannot give my kids a future with this stuff. This is trash. So, I'm putting two and two together. If you were a millionaire before, you knew how money was, and you knew how you felt with all that money. Now you're bankrupt. You have no money anymore, right? And you're realizing that you're older and you can't really do much. And we talked about athletes on how they have a deadline of their value, right? So why not? Why not pair with Jake Paul and use your fame to make money? So that way you can get what you want and supply your children what you need, right? So yeah. Okay, I'm going to end it off here. Thank you so much for letting me rant. And I really hope that you guys like what you heard. If you guys get any value out of this, please like and subscribe, because it will really help me out. I'm going to put more videos about this so that way we can all learn together, okay? Okalacito here, a.k.a. Kale, depending what region you're living in, for your monetary mana'o of the day. Happy holidays, everyone. Have a great day. Aloha.